The only certainty in this market is that there's going to be a lot of uncertainty when it comes to crypto. We are in a market that is so volatile, it is an emerging industry, and that is why there is so much opportunity for exponential gains. Now, it's fair to say most people have got this wrong. Nobody really knows what's about to happen, but I'm going to share with you what my thoughts are and what my strategy is with crypto in 2022. If you are interested, keep watching. Hey guys, my name is Ravi and welcome back to Personal Finance with Ravi Sharma. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button because I talk about real estate, cryptocurrency, and financial freedom. Now, occasionally I'll talk about NFTs and the metaverse. You should definitely keep an eye out on this channel because there's a few things that are coming in that space. If you are looking to get ahead and have that information before I actually put this out onto YouTube, definitely join the VIP Patreon community. You'll find a link in the description below. So we've seen a recent rally of some sort in crypto and everyone seems to be getting happier knowing that there's a bit more green than red. It's an emotional play. Most people invest emotionally and that's the problem. That's why we're here. However, it's important to know what could play out from here. I don't think we go completely parabolic and I'm okay to admit that I was wrong. I thought in Q1 of 2022, which is where we're at now, we were going to have the blow off top. And this was based on numerous people talking about it, trade analysts, and people a lot smarter than me that were all coming to the same conclusion. Now we're in February of 2022. It's safe to say we haven't done anything that's been impressive. And so now everyone's sort of thinking, what's next? Is crypto over? Are we in a bear market? What happens next? I've got a video here that I just made only a couple of weeks ago around cryptocurrency and what the potential bear market scenario could look like. Full disclosure, I talk about in that video the potential of Bitcoin actually going down to $10,000. Could it happen? Well, you can check out that video, get some context and enjoy. So what do I think is going to happen in crypto if we don't go potentially full bear and drop by 85%? Well, I still see this market going up by 2 to 3x. That means that Bitcoin could reach $100,000 to $120,000 USD as a price point this year. Now, could it happen in Q3? Could it happen on the last day of 2022? Well, nobody really knows. But the reason I say that we could still move up that far is because that wouldn't be a huge stretch from where we were only a few months ago. So if we look at what's happened a few months ago and how much attention was there, plus the retail that was in that space, coupled with what's actually happening in the space with brands building in the metaverse, institutional money coming into the space, I feel like this year is a bigger focus on building up this entire industry. Rather than just going out there with speculative plays, I think the really good projects will hold steady and actually grow by 2 to 3x this year. Could we see parabolic growth? Yes, potentially. But I think it's one of those things we just need to take a step at a time. I'm not planning now to go in and say, well, I'm going to invest this money, even though I need it for my rent, and actually going to go in there to try and get a 4, 5x in crypto. I'm not approaching it that way. And I think that's just a safer way to go about this risk-off strategy, especially with so much uncertainty in this market. Now, could I be wrong and we absolutely take off in a couple of weeks? Well,
yes, I could be wrong, but I'll be happy with that because I'll be completely rich.
So later this year, I see Bitcoin hitting $100,000. I see passive income and staking a huge opportunity this year. And I made a dedicated video around how I personally do that. And I'll link that video just up here so you can definitely check that out. There's links in the description below where you can actually go in and get $10 of free Bitcoin by signing up to CoinSpot. But there's also another link for Celsius, a platform that I use for staking my crypto and earning a passive yield. And if you use the link in the description below with that code, you'll actually get $50 worth of free Bitcoin.
It's free money, and who doesn't love free money?
Now, full disclosure, what I'm talking about in this video is not financial advice. I'm only talking about what my experience is, what my opinion is on this market, and what exactly I'm doing. So what am I doing right now? I'm currently staking on both CoinSpot and on Celsius. This is where I'm getting the best return. And if I'm already holding some of my crypto, I may as well be earning 5, 10, 15% interest rates on these actual cryptos, and I actually get to earn it in the native token. Now I can change that native token into stable coins, which will just hold its value, but I would prefer to earn it in that crypto because I do believe in these projects and I think the price of the token will outweigh whatever I get in just a staking reward on a stable coin. But long term, I'm actually looking at something that I find very interesting, and if I take a step back and I look at the bigger picture when it comes to growing my wealth and creating generational wealth that has the passive income and building out this machine, we already know on this channel, I've been doing that with real estate. Obviously, I've got the buyer's agencies. You can definitely hit me up if you need help with that. But for me, I built my wealth, the foundation of my portfolio in real estate being the traditional market. But now as I look into the next 5, 10, 15 years, I need to adapt that strategy with an emerging market because that's where the gains will come. And as part of my risk appetite, it makes sense. So something that I'm going to start doing later this year is actually going to be to earn, stake, and then be able to dollar cost average into Bitcoin and Ethereum. So this is going to be my retirement fund. And the reason I've picked Bitcoin and Ethereum, because those are the only two cryptos, believe it or not, that I think will be here for the long term. Now, could that mean that Cardano's around, or Polkadot's around, or Terra Luna's around? Yeah, of course it could. But for me, when I'm looking at this part of my portfolio, I want to put that into a set and forget. I'm also not looking for a 2-3x gain every year. So I'm going to share with you my screen, and we're just going to go through a calculator and see what compounding interest can actually do to this portfolio. So I've just come onto the calculatorsite.com, so you can check that out as well. And it's just a simple compound interest calculator. So here in the initial balance, if I was to start off this fund and I actually said I'm going to start with $20,000, but the interest rate is interesting because if you average out the growth that Bitcoin's actually had, it works out to be like well over 200% every year. But for this, I think we're going to have the law of diminishing returns, especially with the fact that as the market gets bigger, there's less volatility in that market, but that also means the gains are a lot lower. So instead of 200%, I'm going to use 40%. Now, keeping in mind, I'm probably going to go 50-50 in Ethereum and Bitcoin, and Ethereum's growth rate is a lot higher than what Bitcoin's is. So 40% is fairly conservative. So if I go with 40% and it compounds yearly, how much would this actually be worth by the time I'm 40? For a lot of you guys, if you're new here, I'm 29 at the moment, and I want to see what it would look like by the age of 40. In addition to having the $20,000 in there, I'm going to say deposit $5,000 per month into this actual account. So what would that look like after 10 years? Well, it means apart from my initial $20,000 I put in, I actually put in over the period of 10 years another $600,000. Now that sounds like a lot, and it is, because $5,000 every month is not a small amount that everyone can actually do. But for this example, we're going to use $5,000, and the additional deposits here would work out to be $600K. Now with that $600,000, which works out to be $5K per month, $60,000 a year, that would mean that in the first year, I'm earning interest of about $21,000. But what happens is over time, we get compounding growth. And if we get that compounding growth, that money is breeding more money and is just having a really good time because it got really excited and wanted to make more money babies. It's passive income, bruh. And so the final figure here would work out to be $8.5 million by the time I'm 40. Now, could we grow a lot higher than 40%? Yes, I actually believe we will grow a lot more than 40%. Could I actually put a lot more into this account? Yes, I could. I'm very fortunate in the position I'm in that I spent the time in my early 20s to build out this portfolio, which I continue to build out in real estate. And the reason I continue to do that is because I like to have my foundation fairly safe and into an account that goes,
You know what? I don't mind growth like this rather than growth like this.
So there's a portion of my wealth that is in real estate. That real estate allows me to take out equity, build more positions in real estate, but then I can also dollar cost average into assets like cryptocurrency because that does accelerate my growth prospects and allows me to
gain a lot more money.
Now, in addition to that, because the focus on my strategy is both cash flow and capital growth, my properties are all positive cash flow. And as I move forward, I will continue to do that. Now, people get that wrong and mistaken saying,
Well, he's just after cash flow. That's not the game of real estate. You need capital growth.
Well, the thing is, my portfolio actually grows at about 10 to 12% every single year. So capital growth is not a problem. And that's because I purchase in good locations with the right metrics in mind. If you are interested in getting help from the buyer's agency, we help clients doing exactly this, then definitely email me. We're getting booked out a couple of months in advance, which is very exciting. And it means that I get to help more people like yourself. But with that position in real estate, I can use all those funds from the extra cash flow to fund my lifestyle. That'll be for paying my rent, paying my bills, also going out, holidays, lifestyle, and all of the good stuff. That means everything I make from the YouTube channel, as well as all of my businesses, then I can use that money to dollar cost average into a retirement fund like this. Now, by having a strategy like this, could I be missing out on astronomical gains later this year by not investing into certain things? Of course I can. But that's why I have exposure to NFTs, to metaverse plays, and a lot in crypto tokens apart from Bitcoin and Ethereum. For me, this is just a safety net of going, well, I don't really care what happens to the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum over the long term, and I want to go out, dollar cost average, and just do this on a reoccurring buy. I've mentioned this on the channel before. You can set this up so easily on CoinSpot, and it's exactly what I'm doing. You just set it there, rinse, repeat, and I'll link a video up here as well and in the description below of how you can actually set this up for yourself in under 5 minutes. So now you can see that although the prices do make a big effect on what I potentially do later this year, do I take some profits, do I sell some positions and bring it into real estate again, there is a lot of uncertainty. Then you've got economists coming out and saying that real estate's a really bad place to put money. You've got to just keep it in cash.
But then inflation rates absolutely erode what you've got anyway.
So I'm not sure where you should put money anymore, and that's why I don't provide financial advice.
Because I'm just guessing here, and I'm just some guy on YouTube
that wears a nice Kmart t-shirt
and has some random lamp in the back.
I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you have, then definitely smash that like button. If you're new here, subscribe and watch all the other videos. I'm trying to get a community together to take financial education seriously and as well as make it cool. I don't think it needs to be some boring nerd or something that you don't really want to speak about with anyone because you're going to put someone to sleep. The channel is testament to this fact, because when I actually started, and this is a lesser known fact about the channel, is when I actually started, I thought, who's going to watch 20-minute videos about real estate and finance? Because I like that shit, but nobody else. Well, the fact is that because I like it, I'm sure there's someone else that likes it, and we've got a community here of almost 30,000 subscribers, which is crazy, and I'm super thankful that I can discuss with you things that I like, and in turn, if you get to learn something, just smash that like button and share it with someone. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks, guys.